Hello there, and as usual, I'm Aaron from Let's Stay Gamers, and welcome. So today we're running a little bit of a training exercise in preparation for when planets arrive in the future of space engineers. So I've got a large ship together. I've also got this beautiful planet from the workshop created by Wasted Space, definitely worth checking out, and that's going to act as the training grounds for this mission. Now the mission is very simple. We're going to do the beginning stages of setting up a small outpost for both research or, in your case, whatever you'd want to do with this planet. Maybe mining, maybe an outpost, or maybe like colonizing it as a large sort of settlement. So we've got a dropship here, and the first thing that I've done is I've done a little bit of a checklist before I left the ship that's on the other side of this atmosphere at the moment. I've checked off all the supplies that I would need, and in that ship down there's enough supplies to last me a week on that planet's surface without the dropship coming back to actually visit me. So we'll hop aboard here, and we're actually just going to fly this to a landing zone. Now there's many ways you can do this initial stage. Now the initial stage could be done by drone observation. You could fly around the planet, send some drones down, find the best location to set up your camp, and then send humans down. But I'm going to go with a very sort of manual approach to this. At the current moment in time, I'm just going to explore the surface with the actual vehicle explorer that I've got in the hull of this ship. So once that is activated and down on the ground, that could be done as well. You could also do an aerial sort of observation of the planet before you land, fly around it in a smaller ship, find the best area. And I believe what NASA do is they tend to find an area with lots of items of interest around it and set the base camp right in the center. So we're going to switch over seats to the winch and door operating seat. So we're going to lower the back door. We're going to activate our systems, and we should be able to begin lowering this door down at the rear. So the back door and the air seal is actually unlocking the door, and that is lowering down. Now you've seen the ship function before, so I'm just going to seal that off for the moment, and we can actually hit 4 when that's in a good position to actually launch down. So there we go, a bit lower, and we'll go a bit lower than that. I think we need to get it really on the ground, so that's perfect. We'll have that there, and we also need to stabilize the ship just a little bit as well. So I'm going to go down into the hull now and start untying all the tethers that are holding this exploration vehicle down. So that's another really important thing. If you're going to bring equipment to the planet's sort of surface, you're going to make sure it's tied down to the actual ship that you're using in. So I'm going to use the unloading system and unload this now. So we're going to go into here. We're going to activate the landing gear lock. So that is free. Then we need to turn the pistons on. So there we go. So we're moving them to the side. Now the second stage is we need to move and disable all of the landing gears underneath that lock it to the hull to keep it safe. So that's a simple merge block disconnect like so. And now the second part is making sure that ship is actually on the ground. So to do that, we're going to actually activate the power. That is a number 4 setting. So first we're going to retract that, and we're going to get the reactors turned on this ship. And that is the alarm I've set off for some reason. Why have I set off the alarm? Oh, I've opened the doors, damn it. So I've quickly managed to solve the issue we had. I realised that we opened these side doors, and that was what the alarm was actually warning us of. I was completely confused because I didn't remember fitting an alarm for these doors to actually go off. But anyway, let's get this thing unloaded and we begin exploring the planet. So let's pop this door open at the back. There we go, that should pop its side open, beautiful. Let's crawl inside, we'll pop the door closed, and then we'll begin the delicate process of unloading this thing. So if everything goes smoothly, it should be unloaded. If it doesn't, then we're going to be in a bit of trouble. So now we just need to ease it forward, get these tracks actually operational. I believe I've disengaged all the possibilities of problems. Just need to do this nice and smoothly now, and unload it off the ramp onto the front. So then drop that down. There we go, wheels should be taking over. There we go, we're on the initial ramp, and we're off the transport almost. Down the last stage. Clip that onto the ground, right. That transport, the exploration vehicle is now unloaded, so we can rearm this sort of transport, send it back up there. I've got a week's worth of supplies on this vehicle, so I'm going to resend that back up into space, and off we go. Right, so that is stage 1 of this training exercise completed. We managed to offload the exploration vehicle. Now stage 2 is going to begin, and we've actually got to find a site to actually locate this base. So we want a nice central point ideally. So we'll pick this up to some speed, we'll have a look around, and we'll just see exactly where we can go. We'll treat the water as it's quite deep, so we'll avoid going through them areas. We'll have to take this right through here by the look of it. So if we can get enough speed up, we might be able to go over that mound, but I don't think we're going to, because we're going to have to slow down and make a turn. So I don't think we should start in that area because it seems a lot far off to one side. There's some trees and life forms, or well, not life forms, but some trees and part of the environment over there, so that could make an interesting sort of base. I don't really want to start in the middle of the river either, so we'll reverse this up and we'll be able to get around this corner. Only one of the issues with this track vehicles, I mean, if it was a proper track vehicle you'd be able to turn it a lot faster, but due to it using this sort of system, it means that you've got to treat it a little bit like a car as you're turning it. So we'll turn through there and we'll head through this sort of canyon, sort of valley. So there's a green area there, and on the other side it looks like there's a desert, so it might be a good idea to set up in the green area with them trees there. So we've got a good place to actually put the base camp for where we're going to set up some science experiments for the planet, and also do some basic mining of the area. So we'll head through here. Oh, it's just so cool. I really can't wait until planets come out. I mean, even a planet of this caliber, I don't know what they've got up the sleeve, the space engineers developers, when it comes to building the planets. Will they be a lot more detailed than the standard sort of asteroids at the moment? I hope so, but I don't know what level they're going to take it to. So we've got enough supplies aboard the ship to last about a week before that dropship returns, but the dropship should be returning within, well, a couple of hours. So we've actually arrived at stage 2 of the operation now. We have disembarked our exploration ship and we've successfully got it onto the planet's surface, and we've begun exploring, and I think the perfect area to set up is probably on top of this smaller sort of outcrop of island here. Now, something I really want to try with this series is giving you guys options so you can give a bit of a feeling of what would happen if you tried it in this certain situation. So I've got two options for you here. Now, you could either attempt to crawl up the side of this mountain. It might go well, you might lose a track, I don't know what's going to happen yet. Or we could attempt to play it safe, build a little bit of a bridge or a little bit of a ramp up and then drive up there. So I'm going to show you both perspectives of what sort of things could happen in these scenarios. So it's took me some time, but I've just about to finish off this last little part of the ramp, and I've used up a lot more resources than I was expecting to actually get this ramp to form up. And I've used these 3 long ones, so we've got a nice smooth sort of gradient so we can get the vehicle up here. Now, I could have just built the base down here, I was thinking of, right next to this area, and then later on moved up there and cleared that place out for a base and some more features. But now it's been built, we're going to try and get that up there without losing a track. I could set the beacon or the beacon up right on top once we've got this area up. Quick construction, and we'll be able to get the dropship in to get us the next sort of stage of supplies into this area. So we'll come up through here, quickly seal up the door behind me, and we can begin the approach on this ramp. So I don't really want to thrash this vehicle because I might need it later to explore. I might turn the back into a laboratory as well as some more resource gathering sort of materials. So we're just going to take it up the ramp really slowly, really steady, and let the gravity drive take over. So we're lined up pretty well, just a nice slow gentle approach, let them wheels hit quite gently. Now power, 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 we can get up there hopefully without doing any damage. Oh damn it, I've cut the side. Is everything okay? Everything's okay, everything's okay. Just bring it up gently. Right, now we're up in the area. I'm going to set up a beacon in the area over there on the right, and we should be fine. So I'll just turn this, try to avoid these trees, because I don't think these trees are going to fall down. I think they'll just stick there because they're quite solid sort of blocks. So bring that around that tree, and then we can set up the beacon on the other side. Wasted a lot of resources on that ramp, I'm not happy about that at all. Bring that around to the left, just miss this tree if we can, and we can set up the beacon here for the new landing zone. Perfect. So stage 2 has been quite successful. We've got the vehicle up here. I've also set up a little bit of a beacon that we'll head over to and actually have a look at now. I've set this beacon up so it'll signal the ships to make this the new landing zone to bring in supplies. So hopefully in a little while we'll have a drop from one of the larger ships, and we can start to produce and bring more supplies down to the planet and get a base set up in this area. So this is what I've got set up as the beacon at the moment. I've got a little fan on the reactor to keep it cool in these very hot, humid temperatures of the sort of planet. I don't know, that it's just some sort of cool concept. I'll leave it to let your imagination run wild. I've got some piping as well there to plug into the beacon. Anyway, I'd like to thank you guys for watching. I wanted to try something a little bit different with this episode today, and if you like the idea of a sort of training mission and you want me to continue this sort of thing, let me know and I will continue doing some more planetary training scenarios.